Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with your boy as always, man. On the show today, the Chicago Bulls have a little bit of ups and downs in the last weekend with Summer League and stuff like that. I'm here to tell you why it means absolutely nothing. People are making grand statements on careers based on a couple of summer league games, man. So getting that all out of the window. Also got a little bit of a Lonzo Ball injury update yesterday. But is it actually an update or is it more fluff? We'll talk about that and going to get into a little bit of top 10 quarterback talk and breaking down where we feel like the NFL's top 10 QBs are. Me and Kid had a little bit of a discussion on that this morning, so wanted to bring it to the chat. Seemed like a pretty good conversation. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. Also, we're going to be giving that Zach LaVine jersey away at 15,000 subscribers. So make sure you're subscribed to the page. Make sure you're sharing the content all over your social medias, man. We got clips on YouTube. We got clips on Twitter. We got clips on Instagram, TikTok. Share those. Flood the media. Flood these social medias with Breeze content, man. We appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing so much love. As always, man, let's get into this, man, because there's an interesting conversation that's been happening online around the Chicago Bulls. And it kind of goes into our what did we see during the weekend, what happened over the weekend that we found interesting, right? There's a couple of things that I have. But people are making grand statements based on Summer League. People are looking at people's games and making evaluation, Bulls fans, all of this. And you have to understand that a real evaluation of what these guys are doing on the court has absolutely nothing to do with what happens in Vegas Summer League. Vegas Summer League is all about instilling systems, getting guys used to terminology, getting guys used to playing. Summer League championships mean absolutely nothing. And it goes back to kind of what we saw this week. And the Chicago Bulls had ups and downs in both games in the Summer League, right? First game, absolutely a couple of ups and downs. Dalen Terry played okay, had a lot of turnovers, though. In both games, he actually had quite a few turnovers. And people are looking at that and saying that he's not going to be ready. He's not going to be good for the NBA. He's not going to. And I have an entirely different perspective on him in the NBA. But here's my thing. When you're looking at the NBA Summer League, look at it as development. This is not even the G League. This isn't even on the level of the G League, right? Like competing for a G League championship means something. You win a G League championship and you're a young fella, you might get drafted the next season. We saw that a couple of times this year. But the Bulls dominated game one of Summer League. What was the first thing that we heard? Yo, here they go. Hey, we got some talent here. Marko Simonovic is the top. He's exactly what we need. AK is a genius. It's the reason why AK didn't go out there and get a power forward in the first place. This is the perfect time. It means nothing. You know why? Because in game two, Marko played awful. Dalen Terry played awful. The entire Bulls Summer League team played awful. It means nothing. And I want Bulls fans to, I feel like there's a lot of Bulls fans who still haven't flipped the switch. Pat, what do you mean by haven't flipped the switch? We're good. We're a playoff team. We're a team that can compete with other playoff teams. I want y'all to understand this. I don't want Dalen Terry playing games this season. If he gets in, fine. But if Dalen Terry's playing games, that means that some veteran that's playing ahead of him isn't good enough. You don't just crack a rotation. You got to find your way into that rotation. Like, y'all want Dalen Terry to be this sleeper of the draft, great player, great pick. Oh, the Bulls really got something here. If he is, he is. But you know what I want to happen? I want Zach LaVine to get back to 27, 5-5. That's what I want. I want Kobe White to show me that he's supposed to be on this team. We ain't seen that yet. I want Ayo Dosunmu to prove that what we saw in year one wasn't just a rookie that nobody knew how to figure out. Now, in year two, he's going to be just as good, if not better. I want Alex Caruso to be healthy enough to be on the court. I don't care about Summer League. I don't give a rat's you know what about Summer League. It means nothing. And if the players that you see on the court in Summer League get on your main roster and are getting major minutes, it probably means the players ahead of them either weren't that good or are hurt. And we've had both situations here in Chicago. I don't want to see Justin Lewis getting big minutes. If Justin Lewis is getting big minutes, it means Marko Simonovic ain't that good. Because where is he cracking the rotation? You're not running Marco out there at the 3. Summer League is Summer League. It is what it is. You have games that are played, and listen, I get it, right? Like we're all in there, we're enjoying the stuff, we're watching it, we're enjoying the games. The games were fun. It's fine. It's advanced college. Kind of. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit better than college games. By the way, if you're in here right now, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Appreciate y'all for showing love. 39 in here, 9 likes. What we doing? Let's get this mug cracking. I don't want to see the guys on this Summer League roster getting minutes during the season. I want to see Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, Lonzo Ball, and Nikola Vucevic leading the way. The rest of y'all, you find your way in where you can. Build out a nice solid bench. You know what a solid bench is? Ayo Dosunmu, Kobe White, Alex Caruso, Andre Drummond, Goran Dragic. Those are the guys I want to see on the court. And I barely want to see Dragic on the court. Maybe Dalen Terry finds a way in there. Maybe Justin Lewis finds a way in there. Maybe Marko Simonovic finds a way in there. But I could care less. Summer League means absolutely nothing. And you hate to come off strong on this, right? But if you're making grand statements on people's careers based on Summer League, you're an idiot. If you're saying this guy can't do this or this guy can do this based on Summer League, you aren't watching the game. You're not paying attention to what's actually. You're telling me based on Summer League, you realize that Ayo Dosunmu last season was going to be one of the best defenders in the NBA. Not among his rookie class, one of the best defenders in the NBA. You're telling me based on Summer League, who, by the way, if you're telling me based on Summer League, you thought Derrick Rose was going to be a terrible player, because go look at his Summer League, very up and down. It was fun, some good competition, very up and down. He was an MVP. So get out of here with your Summer League hot takes. Get out of here with your Summer League predictions and your grandstands on what the season is going to be, because it's so idiotic. It shouldn't even be talked about. But I've seen it so much on Twitter. The Bulls got blown out by the Knicks. It's probably the only time the Knicks will blow the Bulls out this season. Have a day, New York. Bing bong. There's nothing about it that, and when you look at it, right, like when you look at even how the game is, how the game plan is, right? Oh, Dalen Terry's not going to be able to do this, or Justin Lewis is not going to be able to do that. Yeah, probably not with Dalen Terry leading the way. But if Dalen Terry is leading the way, the Chicago Bulls are in trouble. Players that are good make other players look better. I'll bet you Dalen Terry looks a little bit better if he's passing the ball to Zach LaVine and not Wright Foreman. I don't even know Buddy's first name. No disrespect to him, but I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like you're on the team as a team filler. Justin Lewis probably looks a little bit better getting a pass from Lonzo Ball than he does from Javon Freeman Liberty. Let's be logical here, people. We're smart people here at the Breeze Nation. The Breeze Nation is not a dumb fan base. We don't do the dumb basketball. We do smart basketball. We look at things intelligently. There's my little rant to start the show for you right there. Blood's pumping. Let's get the show started. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us on this. Right? It's been so like it irks my soul when I hear people talk about summer league like summer league means anything. It irks my soul. Just because a game is played on ESPN does not mean that somebody's going to be the next coming of Michael Jordan or the next coming of Greg Oden. Just because you see those 4 letters on it, ESPN, doesn't mean that you're watching the best game in the world. And for some reason, we're in this era where like everybody's got to be this great. You got to compare him to this great guy. You got to make, bro. I remember we were watching, I think it was like a high school football game or something on that was happening, whatever. You know, they show a couple of those a year on ESPN2 or something like that. It was on, click it on in the background. The announcers, oh, this guy's got a real drop back like Peyton Manning here, and he's got a, high school. We got to compare him to one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. High school. Even yesterday, bro, like the announcers, and listen, I get it, right? Like you got to make it exciting for yourself. But even yesterday, right? Like who was my man Sims on the Knicks, right? Sims comes down. Now Sims actually did play good. He played a really good game. I think that he could be a nice piece that maybe the Bulls could keep an eye on as a big man, right? And he had a really nice game. But comes down, gets the ball, spin move, over the shoulder, float, cash. The announcers, oh, this guy's running a clinic. This guy's doing it. He's making a great play. He's this great. Oh, what a show. He's putting on a show here today. Bro, it's an over-the-shoulder floater. A clinic? Over-the-shoulder floater? Stop playing with me, bro. I don't know how long this man been in here, man, but I see Stefan Adon in the background. He hidden behind like the camera stands. I can't see him all the way. Yeah, it is what it is. But let's welcome into the chat. Stefan Adon in the building. Steph, what's good, my boy?
Yo, what's good? What's happening?
How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. You know, just watched the clinic.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Bro,
you gotta talk these games on, dog.
Bro, it is the bane of my existence that people are so hype about summer league plays.
Hey, you gotta talk these
summer
games
league
up.
players. It irks my soul. This guy's gonna be the next coming of Michael Jordan because he was a summer league god. Shut up. I mean, like, get out of here, man. How you feeling, my boy?
Hey, nah, man, I'm good. I'm good, man. Just I had a decent weekend, so we straight.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. What's the recap, man? What'd you see over the weekend that caught your interest sports wise or non sports wise, whatever it is?
I'm gonna save the non-sports one for later on in the show because I think everybody got an interesting take on it.
So we gotta hear this.
I honestly I've seen Chad get dunked on a couple times. this weekend. And so it's a report going around. Chris Haynes basically said Pat Riley stockpiling all these picks and signing all these people because a trade is coming on later, but we don't know later. And Riley we trust apparently. So you know.
It's so interesting too because there's so much that still hasn't happened around the league, right? And like all of a sudden, right, like just Brooklyn's coming back together. Like, oh, Brooklyn's just
What's
yeah, they're
up,
fine.
Baki?
They're running it back. Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. Yeah, I mean, like, oh, okay, that's a thing that's happening there, I guess. So I think the interesting thing, what he say? He said Ringo is so ignorant. Hey man. Hey, if y'all in here, man, 49 in here, hit that like button. Let's get this mug cracking. Here's a question for you. Because we heard yesterday, right, from Billy
Yeah, what's up?
Donovan. Billy Donovan talked during the Bulls Summer League game in which they were getting clapped. That there is an update basically on Lonzo Ball, that Lonzo's moving in the right direction. He's continuing to progress, he's continuing to get better, and all we're gonna do is keep with the process. This was the update on Lonzo Ball. Is that really an update? Right? Because when you say, oh, he's moving in the right direction, how far in the right direction did he move?
Nah, that's a fact though, because wasn't it the last report that I seen was he was supposed to play in summer league. He was supposed to suit up. So I'm just confused. I'm just confused. I mean, I know that was in the Discord. Maybe I missed it where they said they wasn't doing that. But the last report I seen was that he was supposed to play. So he went from that to we not doing that to we not doing that to he progressing. And then somebody said, I think Casey Johnson or Daniel Greenberg tweeted. Somebody asked him during the Bulls interviews in summer league how he was feeling. He was like, "I'm good," and then
And he
just
just
walked
walked
off.
away. Yep. No, it's just weird, right? Because like you hear these updates from Billy Donovan and Mark Eversley and all the guys. Shout out to Jay Martin in the building, man. Hey, I got to get it. I can't wait to get into the top 10 quarterback conversation. I ain't gonna lie to you. But you hear these guys, right? Like have get the update. Lonzo Ball moving in the right direction. He's feeling better. He's playing. He's going through his emotions. He's making it. Like, there's not an update for us. And I get like you're trying to keep us out. There's of course a reason why you're not updating us. I fully understand it, right? But like when I listen to like those kind of updates, it concerns me more than it makes me feel good.
That's a fact.
Because for me, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, all right, listen, like if Lonzo was doing better, you'd tell us. If Lonzo was feeling better, you'd tell us. If Lonzo was feeling like, hey, man, I'm getting back, I'm ready to get on the court when training camp gets here, we're going to be, you'd tell us. When you come out with the, hey, he's continuing his process, he's getting better day by day, moving in the right direction could be he can bend his knee again. The right direction could be he walks around the basketball court. That don't mean that it's the right direction for the NBA game. So I think that's the part, right, that I'm looking at, and I'm like, are we to the point, right, where like we should get ready to expect to hear Ayo Dosunmu starting the season?
I'm not mad if we hear that in the slightest. And the only reason why too, because like yesterday when he was talking about it, it's just weird, right? Because it's like you said, if he was ready to go, you kind of would have heard he's moving in the right direction, doing all his drills, taking his jump shots, running a couple of one-on-ones or something. But you would have heard some optimism. Like Billy was just like, yeah, he's moving in the right direction, and he'll be all right.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like I
all
feel
right, like
bruh, I feel like there's nothing that gives me comfort in the Lonzo Ball field. And I mean, honestly, right? Like, I guess the question is, right? Like, how confident do you feel if you have to start the season with Ayo Dosunmu as your starting PG? Probably Caruso is your backup in that situation, or Dragic, either one or the other, right? How confident do you feel in the Bulls starting the season with that lineup. I feel like you're still getting the defensive ability, but the floor vision to me is just not going to be there as much. I should say as much.
For me, I think I'm 50-50 on it, right? Because I think that he started enough games in the second half of the season, plus playoffs, for you to be like, okay, like he can step in and handle this role if he needed to. Plus, I mean, it's like you said in your Gordon Dragic video. If you guys haven't seen that, check that out. Like, the Bulls wouldn't be like this guard heavy, because last year it was guard heavy, but the Bulls would not be this guard heavy if Lonzo was ready. If Lonzo was ready, freaking Gordon Dragic would be in Dallas right now. Like,
I don't think that, right, because I think that you still needed a spot up shooter. Goran Dragic fills that role pretty well. I think Billy Donovan will use him more so as that. And you don't like I said, right? You don't want to come into this season with Dalen Terry and Justin Lewis getting a ton of minutes.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that stands out to me, right? Like, so you wanted to have veterans on this team. You want to have guys that have been in winning situations. Goran Dragic has been in a winning situation. He's been to an NBA Finals. DeMar DeRozan has been in winning situations. Vooch is now in a winning situation. But this is the first one. Well, no, he's made the playoffs. He's been in a winning situation, right? Like, I think that when you look at the Bulls moving forward, right, like, you want to have that mix of young guys that can absolutely help you win now. But you also want to have that group of veterans that's been in winning situations and can keep you calm in those moments. Alex Caruso, Andre Drummond was on Brooklyn last year when they were winning a little bit. They were losing as well, but he was on Philly when they were winning.
They was getting clapped.
They was getting whacked in some of them games. I ain't gonna lie, Kyrie and Drummond combination was awful. But you know, like, when you're putting yourself in those, you want to have guys on the team that are going to help you move your young pieces in the right direction. And on top of that, right, I think the biggest thing that the Bulls, there's a couple of things that I have, and I got a video dropping about it as well, where I'm talking about where the Bulls' biggest improvement has been this season. But the couple of things that I've seen that I think the Bulls really can take from is the fact that this team is coming back experienced. You're not getting the same Chicago Bulls team that you got last year. You're getting an experienced Chicago Bulls team. You're getting a Chicago Bulls team that's been in the playoffs. You're getting a Chicago Bulls team that has been the hunted and gotten hunted down, honestly. And now they're going to be in a position where they're like, okay, now we know kind of how to navigate these waters. We've been here before. Experience matters in this game. And I know there's a lot of people that feel like it don't, but, like, look at the Golden State Warriors. Their biggest asset in this, they said they knew they won by game 5.
That's a fact.
Draymond talked about it. He said, I knew we had them when he had the altercation with Jaylen Brown. He said, I was in his head. Now, Jaylen Brown, of course, comes back. He said, ain't no way. And Jaylen Brown kept cooking the rest of the series, right? But the Golden State Warriors felt like they had the series won in game 5. And on top of that, in game 6, Stephen Curry's yelling, ring me, in the third quarter.
Yo, hey. Cold up there for top 5 coldest finals pick. But we can get into that.
I don't know, because the question is, right, he took it from Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald gave
he took that. Well, nah.
But also, he did it in the third quarter of a game that was still close, or close enough that Boston could have came back and won. In Boston.
Wild.
Yeah, I'm saying, so, like, experience matters.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that the Bulls having that experience coming back next season, you're going to see a completely different team.
Nah, and to me, I think what it is, because I mean, I still see a lot of people in the comments, talking about the summer league game. Hey, y'all do realize, right, that half that next roster on the half that next roster that's on a summer league team is gonna be on an active roster
Yeah.
when they start the season. Like these mugs is in year 3. Some of them mugs is in year 4.
Yeah. No, that's a fact.
Um,
That's a fact, and
you know,
it's
you,
sad
you
to say.
know,
I was saying that
Jericho
during the
Sims
game.
just got the bag. This man got 45 M's and is playing in the summer league.
Yeah. I
Like,
was I was saying that during the game, bro. I was like,
like,
bro, like I was like, these are vets. Like
like,
they've been in the
oh
league
my
some
God,
time.
Dalen Terry isn't doing this. Oh, like you, they gonna be on the actor. Tibbs was coaching these boys
Tibbs dang
last
there was
season.
on the sideline coaching them during the game.
So I don't know. It's just weird. I think the biggest thing I learned is like obviously don't get too hype about summer league, but I think Mud's gotta understand like summer league is just for like at the end of the day we know Dalen Terry might make the roster. Marco
Well, he'll make
Simonovic
it.
might
He's on the contract. He's under contract.
yeah like Marco Simonovic like is gonna be a solid backup to Vooch or whoever. Like he like he's gonna play. He's gonna play some minutes for the Bulls this season. Like Malcolm Hill may or may not be on the roster, but you basically just filling out the rest of the roster. The rest of them guys is looking for other teams. I think that's the thing that everybody gotta slow down a little bit. But other than that, getting back to the previous thing, like you need those vets like like now Philly got a ton of them where you got PJ Tucker, another year under Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey's basically learning under James Harden, um, which what by the way they still following their shot. That was a nice video. Um,
That was
yeah, so
wild.
I mean, so you need them. Same thing with the Heat, but it's the same thing with these championship teams all around. And I feel like once you get those guys, and once you've been in those experiences, like Muggs is kind of sleep on the Rudy Gobert trade, but now you looking at it like Cat's been in that situation. Now you looking at it. It's like Draymond said on his podcast. Like this is I don't think they make the trade unless they feel like Anthony Edwards is a superstar. Anthony Edwards is going into year 3 and just got done averaging what 24 a game.
Yeah.
Like that, all of this stuff is gonna help in the long run. So as many guys as they got right now in terms of the boys, that's gonna help the P wheels. That's gonna help the IOs later and so on and so forth. So these are what we like to call good problems, and I don't think anybody should be shunning it.
No, not at all, man. Listen, it's summer league, right? We're not spending a whole bunch of time on summer league, but it was something that I wanted to get into because to me, right, like I was looking at it and I'm just like, bro, like Muzz are really out here like making grand evaluations and all of this on somebody's game in summer league, bro. Like it is it is probably the most meaningless basketball that you will watch all year. J Mart saying the Timberwolves gave away way too much for Gobert. I think the interesting thing with the Gobert trade is it comes down to how much do you win? Like if you're in the NBA finals or you're in the Western Conference finals as the Timber, it wasn't too much. If you're continuing to win, it wasn't too much. Now, I'll say this. I think Walker Kessler could have turned into that Rudy Gobert type player, but you got guys that are under contract already. You got to win now. And outside of that, what else you get? You gave up draft picks that if you're winning, they're going to be low draft picks. And you gave up Walker Kessler and Patrick Beverly. I'm fine with it. Yeah, I mean, like I think we're in a different day and age, right? And it's kind of the kid's point, but not totally, right? Like I think you still have to add while using the draft capital, and that's how you kind of stay good and stay relevant. But the draft picks don't matter nearly as much if you have a winning situation, right? Like, I'm not looking for a rookie to come in and save the team. I'm not looking for a rookie to come in and give me this crazy game or this crazy output. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for somebody that's already on the team to do that. And yeah, you still got to build that out, right? But it's not like you're dealing with a team that has players that are 33 on it, right? Like, how old's Cat? 25, 26?
25, yeah, 25, 26. Anthony Edwards is still what, 21?
Rudy
Like
Gobert's 27? Or no, Rudy Gobert's what,
no,
29?
Rudy's 29.
29?
Rudy's 29.
And he's your defensive anchor, and he can play defense for who knows how long, right? Like,
And this is the thing, right? Like the difference between them and the Jazz is that they actually have perimeter defenders.
true.
So it's gonna be real interesting to see, like, in the playoffs, what's actually gonna happen. Because I think that now that they have those perimeter defenders, I think it will be a little different. Time will tell. I think the combination, like, once they get out on the floor and get some reps together, I think that combination of him and Cat will work.
I think it's gonna be interesting. I like the idea of it, right? Like, Cat at the 4 is not bad to me. But
Cat at the 4. Cat at the 4 is great.
The question now, right, is I think it's still that point guard position for me.
Bro, D-Lo, that was my thing when they made the trade. I was like, oh, so y'all giving up Rudy Gobert and then get D-Lo? Like, bro,
I think
he don't play. When we talk about people not playing defense, bro, this man literally just be like, I'm gonna let
that's
you
the thing. You gotta find that piece that's gonna navigate it all right. The Walker Kessler deal makes more sense now. The Walker Kessler draft pick makes more sense now because you traded for Rudy Gobert. But you gotta find somebody that's gonna direct that ship, unless you plan on having Anthony Edwards play, basically just bring the ball up, which he can do, which is fine, right? But like, I mean, I feel like you need somebody that's gonna direct the show there. Where do you find that point guard that's going to direct the show? I think, and they've given up so much, right? It's not like there's another trade that's going to be made there. Do you think you have that guy on the roster? I don't, because I watched you get destroyed in point guard play. Like, Pat Bev was their best point guard.
Yeah, that I think now more than anything they need a because D-Lo can score, but they need a defender. Like not because
The problem is, right, like, you wouldn't need a defender now more than ever, right? You need less of a defender at the point guard position, because if he gets past you, he's running into Rudy Gobert. You feel fine about that.
Now you got too much, really.
Right. But the problem to me is that D'Lo's so inconsistent on the offensive end. I don't care. Like, you got to be able to score. Like, give me 18 a game.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 15 a game.
Mm-hmm. Because it was definitely some games where we was just like, all right, I know Cat is struggling, but this man D'Lo, got 4
Bro,
points
there were games
here,
where I thought D'Lo was hurt in that Memphis series.
Hey, nah, you did say that though. You said that a couple times,
bro. I think me and Kid were arguing, and I was like,
like, hey, bro,
bro, I thought me and Kid were arguing about, like, because Kid was on Minnesota. I wanted Memphis to win, blah, blah, blah. So we going back and forth. Arguments that kind of made sense, but not really. We really just jaw jacking. Yeah. But then I was like, man, when D'Lo get healthy, y'all might have a chance. He's like, D'Lo been healthy this whole time. Yeah. I was like, that's awful then, because I haven't seen him.
He was like, there's no way these two teams are keeping up this pace. I was like, bro, they were 1 and 2 in offensive efficiency, right?
I don't know, bro. It's
pace of play. It's
wild, bro. Speaking of Memphis, this is a good segue. I didn't even set this up this way, but speaking of Memphis, we got to get into some blasphemy that was said over the weekend. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. If you haven't done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us. Giving away that Zach LaVine jersey at 15,000 subscribers. Yes, we're almost there. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Ja Morant, my guy Ja. I love how confident he is. I love that he backs up what he says. I love the belief in his game. But Ja Morant said, unprompted, might I add, but that he's confident that he would have cooked Michael Jordan back in the day. Huh? What? What? Who? You would have cooked? Ja Morant, listen, I love you, brother. I really do. But is Ja Morant what, 6'2"? Something like that?
6'2",
6'2", 6'3"
ish.
ish.
Yeah.
What do you weigh? About maybe
190.
190?
190, 195.
Ja Morant wouldn't even get the full slate of Michael Jordan moves. Mike would just back him down and repeatedly do the one dribble turnaround pull up. Repeatedly. And until Ja was able to stop that move, then Mike might switch moves. I love Ja Morant. I really do. Y'all know I've been on this show. I defend Ja. I talk all that. Do you view it as confidence or arrogance when you hear him talk that way? Because to me, I view it as confidence. I view it as blind confidence, but I still view it as confidence. What were your thoughts when you heard Ja say that?
I told you, man, that's that irrational confidence that I love. Like I be telling people all the time, like, because Muggs would be sitting there and like, and it's just like he said. I'm not finna never say somebody is finna smoke me one-on-one at the thing that I do the best. Like you swinging like. You think I'm finna just let him come in and bust me? Like, nah, he gon' score. He gonna do his thing, but I'm definitely about to smoke him. I mean, and this ain't the first time we seen this. Let's not act like let's not act like John's the only one. You just had the dude that got drafted basically just say, well, LeBron gotta show me LeBron. Kyrie did it to Kobe. Rest in power. Talk about some you can't drop me off one-on-one. Put $500K on it too, and Kobe didn't take him serious. This ain't the first time, but I mean it's really Ja just being Ja. So at this point, so
I think is there a, and I don't think there's a lot of people right that are like, this is a disrespect. This is how competitors talk. I'm not on the Ja's being disrespectful and all that. By the way, 68 people, I'll tell you who are being disrespectful. The 40-something people that didn't like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the
and
page.
what is it doing?
The one thing that I will say right about Ja is that he backs up a lot of what he says. And I respect that from that standpoint. And you've got to have that level of confidence to be a competitor in anything. But are we seeing a lot of people come into the league and it's kind of fake at this point? It feels a little fake, doesn't it? Like, to me, it feels a little fake. It feels like you're trying to talk bigger than you really are. Right? Like, because who was Buddy? Who was it? Pablo? Was it Paulo Banchero that said, who said that Brian got to show him?
Oh no, that was dog, he got a weird last name. But yeah, nah, he was talking about Brian basically got to show me. I said, bro, he got Benedict Matherin.
Oh, Benedict Matherin. That's right. That's
Benedict
right. Buddy
Matherin.
from Arizona.
Yeah.
He was on Dalen Terry's team.
Basically got to show me that, hey, bro.
Does it feel a little, I'm trying to make my name bigger than it is right now. That's how it feels to me, right? Because there's some of these players, right, where it's like I've seen what Ja Morant can do on the court. I've seen what Ja Morant can bring to the table. you ain't big enough. You're not even big enough to defend Mike. So you're talking about just cooking him on the other end, and that's a defensive player of the year. So you gonna cook Mike offensively? Maybe he can, right? Like, I'm not saying you can't get past Mike. AI got past Mike. Your handle might need to improve a little bit to get past Mike, but I'm not saying that he doesn't have the ability.
No,
But
that's a fact. That's a fact. But I mean,
Mike?
I
You
said,
cooking Mike?
Nah, he not gonna cook him. But from Josh's standpoint, I get it because this my job. This is what I'm great at.
Yeah.
So I'm not finna sit up there and be like, you know, kid was talking about playing me in 2K. I'm not never finna say, this man finna smoke me off real. What I look like.
You know what it is? It's not saying that somebody's gonna smoke you, right? But even when you heard Kobe talk about a lot of players, when you heard Mike talk about a lot of players, right? He would give them their props and then show why he was better than them. And I'm not gonna lie, to me, that's more impressive, right? Because it's showing me that you respect their game enough to realize that to study their entire game, to look into what they do. So, and I don't think like Ja Morant and of course MJ and Ja Morant not gonna play. Well, maybe. You never know. MJ might lace him up at 50, 58,
Bro,
almost 60 years old. You never know.
If it's a game to 5, no keeps.
If it's a gain of 5, Jordan might get you, Ja. I don't know. Right now, to this day, right? Half court.
Half court. Nah, like
you gotta just out quick him. You gonna score probably on him on offense, right? You just gotta be quicker than him. If Ja get ball first, Ja might win. 58-year-old Mike. But if Mike get ball first, Mike probably winning that mug.
See, that's the thing. I think Mike got 3 buckets from him. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, I think Mike wouldn't miss.
Like
Mike still be playing. Like, I think who was it? It was Amon Shumpert that was talking about that. He was like, Michael Jordan still plays.
Yeah. You know what? Nah, I know how Mike gonna get. No, it's first to 5, 4 dribbles. First to 5, 4 dribbles.
Well, Mike could win that because Mike ain't doing nothing but shooting at this point. But all
I gotta do is get to my spot.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna take it away from Ja and say Ja can't do the same thing. Yeah, I mean, Ja still
first to 5, 4 dribbles. First to 5, 4 dribbles. I got Mike.
I think just straight up first to 5. First to 5, I got Mike. Depending on who get ball first, Mike get ball first because of 6 rings. Yeah, I'm saying like Ja gotta hit him with a steal. He ain't got great length. Mike still got the weight. Mike got more weight, if anything. Hey, this is wild. We're really saying this. Like 58-year-old Mike. The fact that here's the thing, right? Part of me is like, this is hilarious content, and so we can put it out on the internet and it'll be funny to talk about. But there's a real part of me that's like, yo, 58-year-old Mike he's scoring 4 buckets.
Because
game to 5, he's scoring 4 buckets at a minute.
He be
like
playing.
58-year-old Mike, he's scoring 4 buckets.
Nah. See, that's the thing. It's not Jordan bias. I like when Mike in the league said that Mike is still playing.
Oh, Jay Martin in the chat saying so much Jordan bias. You know what? Here's the thing, right? There's, like I said, there's a part of me that's like, this is funny, it's it's good for the internet. But there's a part of me that thinks like Jordan, if he's serious, he's still got enough skill to outplay a lot of people in a game to 5. I'm not talking about an NBA game. I'm talking about a half court, 1-on-1, mano-a-mano. He could body up Ja Morant.
I think he got him.
A half court, 1-on-1, and if he gets ball first, he might win.
What you mean? Talking about getting ball first? You know that's what he gonna tell him. Ja gonna be like, we shooting for it? Nah, 6 rings. Give me that.
Right, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. You know what I mean? So, like, there's a chance,
what?
There's a chance. I feel like Mike might get him still, bro. Like, hey, it'll be tough. Like, I'm not gonna say right, like Ja not gonna score. Like, Ja's gonna burn past him. Mike will be playing so far back trying to guard the rim on that. Like, Mike's not bodying up on Ja.
Nah, he under the basket at that point.
Yeah. He's waiting for Ja to get.
He under
I don't know if
basket.
he under the basket. Relax now, because Ja disrespectful enough to try and dunk on Mike.
You know what? That
Mike
is
ain't
true.
under the
I take
basket.
that.
Mike gonna try to meet him. Mike gonna try to meet him midway, do a little turnaround, catch that mug off the glass. You know that's what he want to do. Mike just want to get him where like Ja get blow past him and just take him lightly, and he don't go in there and dunk it. He gonna try and put it off the glass, and Mike gonna grab that mug off the glass, which I'll bet you he still can do. And he gonna be like, "Come on, young fella, you know that's not how we doing." And he gonna take it back out, and that's how he gonna get the bucket that's up. I'm not saying that Mike is a guaranteed dub, but I will say that he's gonna score more than people think he would in that game right now. 58-year-old Michael Jordan. Is he 58, 59? I don't know. He's the same age as my dad, somewhere in there. Let's see. How old is Mike? Michael Jordan is 59 years old right now. Yeah. The post game is going to be crazy. Mike's going to use the mess out of the post. Back to the basket, bangs, turnaround, fade, cash.
But that's why I said I feel like Mike is still, but see, Mike is savvy enough to like you give me 4 dribbles, I'm getting to my spot.
Not too many stipulations.
You give me 4 dribbles, I'm getting to my. I don't know if I'm gonna hit the shot, but you give me, I could still get to my spot.
I feel like now you're putting too many stipulations on it, though, right? Like it's like, oh, I got to do this and this and this, and Mike gonna be like, nah, it ain't all that.
First to 5 dribbles. I mean, first to 5 4 dribbles ain't really, I thought that was just a regular thing.
Either way, right? Old or Josh should be able to beat old MJ. But I think my whole point with it is it'll be a tougher competition than you think, and it would be hilarious to see.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, set it up, brother. He was talking garbage. Go get your dignity back, brother. And your dignity, like he ain't got 6 rings out here. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for showing love as always, man. Y'all come through every day and tune in and show love to the show. We appreciate all the love and support you guys show. Some other things that let's switch gears a little bit, right? We've been talking a lot of NBA. There's not much to talk about around here. With basketball and stuff like that, just because like nothing's happened. Like the world is waiting on a Kevin Durant deal to happen that's probably not happening, and that messed up so much of the other market. It is what it is. What Christian Sanchez say? I watch the channel every day, and it's the most wild game I've ever heard from y'all. Ja would cook him today. Hey man, hey, we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. But I'm just saying, bro.
If it wasn't happening, though, it would be some moves made. I mean, the fact that it's been a couple weeks now, Muggs ain't really did nothing.
Hey, what do you say? All he got to do is blow by him. That boy is in his peak athletically. Jordan 58. That back gonna give out before Ja gets to the rest. See, that's what you wrote. Jordan's still playing, bro. He's still playing out here. He's still hitting the court. Yeah, I mean, he's still in the game. Now, I'm not saying he could play up. He got to play mad back. But listen, Ja missed 1 3-pointer. It's over. That's it. You missed one. That's
it. But Ja gonna get cocky and take the 3.
He gonna get cocky and take the 3, bro, right?
Soon as Mike get the board, he just gonna. You messed up, right?
The fact that we was there. Hey, that's hilarious, bro. Let's get into this conversation, man, that we had that was happening in the chat this morning, and because we're doing today's show live, Kid can't join during the show, but when we in the conversation, it came up based on Colin Cowherd's take on the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. Remember, Kid had also said that you couldn't have a top 5 in the NFL anymore, but that's neither here nor there. But Colin Cowherd gave his list of his top 10 quarterbacks currently in the NFL. I believe last Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. And
Wednesday?
something like that. And it led to the conversation of where Derek Carr is in relationship. More so, me and Kid have always debated it in relationship to Aaron Rodgers, but kind of is he top 10, right? So, number one, Cowherd had Pat Mahomes, 2, Josh Allen, 3, Tom Brady, 4, Aaron Rodgers, 5, Russell Wilson, 6, Matthew Stafford, 7, he had Joe Burrow, 8, and this is right now. This is right now in the NFL. He had 8, why can't I think of old boy from the Chargers name?
Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert. 9, Kyler Murray, which was interesting to me. And 10, he has Derek Carr. Which fine. Okay, Derek Carr's a top 10 quarterback. For me, you're a leader, you're top 5. You're elite, and we were talking about, before we were having it, we were talking about elite quarterbacks in the NFL. Your elite is top 5. But Kid brought out that, or the conversation I should say around Colin was that because Brett Favre said that with Derek Carr, Devontae Adams' numbers will drop off. And Colin debate was that he doesn't believe so because he's still a top 10 quarterback. Kid's debate was he'll still kind of maintain that same similar level of production, and that with a worse situation, we've seen Derek Carr still be elite. And that's kind of where it loses me. Because the question for me is, what do we call elite? If we just are going to look at the numbers, sure. But you know what number matters most to me? Wins and losses. And I understand there's a lot that goes into a football team with wins and losses. I understand that Derek Carr has the most comeback fourth quarter situations of all time. But you know what Aaron Rodgers does? He wins games, at least in the regular season. Aaron Rodgers has lost as many games in twice as long of a career as Derek Carr has. And you might say, oh, and I hate that I'm on here. I want y'all to understand this. I hate that I'm on here defending a Packer as well. It makes me sick. But you have to understand this. If we're going to say the talent level is completely different, Derek Carr had 2,000-yard receivers on the offensive end. Derek Carr has had Darren Waller the last, 2 seasons?
3, I believe.
Seasons?
I think it's 3.
That's a plus 1,000-yard tight end right there every season. He's got a heck of a run game.
That's the top 3 tight. That's the top 3 tight end.
Top 3 tight end. He's got a heck of a run game. He's got a decent offensive line. I wouldn't say it's a great offensive line. Probably middle of the pack, somewhere in there. And now he has Devontae Adams. And this by no means is the argument that Derek Carr isn't top 10. But the debate to me, and the question that you have to ask is, do we let the recency of it, of what we've seen from Derek Carr, what we've seen from a lot of these quarterbacks in the league, because on the list, right, I listened to the whole thing, and the top 10 list is crazy to me because Kyler Murray's on there. Do we let the recency of, they made the playoffs this time, they were in a fight here, they were doing this, take away from what actually happened game by game throughout the entire season to put them in a position to be there? I go back and I look at Aaron Rodgers in some of those seasons, and Aaron Rodgers is the team. Swap Aaron Rodgers with Derek Carr. Is Jordy Nelson nearly as good?
Oh no.
You had a team with Eddie Lacy, with Jordy Nelson.
Aaron Rodgers, like, no disrespect. I'm not gonna say he made him, but
I'm gonna say he made him.
Dog,
He absolutely made Jordy look.
Aaron Rodgers has taken legitimate no names and made them into top tier, dang near if they would have got a ring, Hall of Famers. Like, come on now, come on now. Like, and this is my thing with it. I really had to pay attention to what you were saying when you was like, kid hitches his wagons to
To the weirdest players,
the
bro.
weirdest people.
Derek Carr hasn't been off the first round yet.
Every time we expect something out of Derek Carr lets you down. Derek Carr will start the season 5-0. Almost dang every time we be, hey man, the Raiders got a decent team. Hey 5-0. Derek Carr MVP conversation. What be happening in the next 3 weeks? Oh man, what he do? Hey man, we lost this game. What he do? Throw 3 picks. We lost this game. What he do? He fumbled at the one.
It's just
He didn't get it. Like, and it happened like that every time. The notion that Devontae Adams' numbers is finna stay the same or even get better because he with Derek Carr is actually dumb, because of the simple fact that in Green Bay, 56% of the targets was going to Devontae Adams, and the other targets was going to Aaron Jones. Those was the only other 2 receivers. So now, if you have a Darren Waller and you got a Hunter Renfrow, he's not going to get the same amount of production. Now me and you agree we're here that 1100 is probably going to be the standard for him from now on, which that's a pretty good season.
right? It doesn't take anything. It doesn't take anything away
Derek
from
Carr. I don't see how Derek Carr's top 10 when the same person on that list that you got higher than him, Joe Burrow, beat him in the playoffs.
Well, I think that's the question, right? Like, is Derek Carr top 10? I'm willing to say Derek Carr's top 10. Right? Like, I think Derek Carr's done enough to put himself in the conversation of being a top 10 quarterback. I would leave him 10. But I think that there's a lot to be said on what that Oakland Raiders team is going to do this season. And yeah, they are adding in a great weapon. And yeah, they are adding in. But my biggest question, right, comes on the defensive end for the Raiders. Are they going to be able to slow anybody down? Are they going to be able to stop anybody? Listen, Derek Carr can prove that he's top 10 and he can be all this. But Derek Carr had a 1,000-yard receiver last season.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Hunter Renfrow break 1,000 yards last year? Or was he short?
No, I think he was short. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hitch my wagon on that. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, he broke 1,000 yards last season.
Okay.
10 yards per catch, 9
yards
touchdowns. Cool. You had a 1,000-yard receiver last season, and
I'm gonna say this:
a great running back, and you had and a top tight end in the NFL, and you couldn't get out of the first round.
This is the thing that I want kids to understand. For just for this season, we actually gonna see if he's a top 10 quarterback, because them division games is gonna tell me everything that I need to know. Them division games gonna tell me everything I need to know, because you got Russ, you got Justin, and you got 15. So if you like that, go beat them. If you like that, go beat them.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see. And I kind of want
to. If the Raiders make the playoffs out of that division next season, I'll go ahead and say that Derek Carr is the top 10 QB. But for right now, absolutely not.
I kind of want to have the debate more when kids here, right, so that he can argue his point as well. So maybe we'll have it more tomorrow. But it was such an interesting thing to see, right? Like, kind of how we look at these top 10 QBs in the league. Like, Derek Carr to me is above a game manager, but there's different levels of QB in the NFL. There's guys that can be the reason you win, There's guys that can be the reason players are becoming better, right? Like there's guys that can make the receiver by putting them in a position to be so great. There's guys that are good quarterbacks, but you got to have a great team around them. There's guys that are mid-level quarterbacks, but you can't rely on them to win the game. Yeah, I'm saying, and then and I think Derek Carr is a good quarterback, but you've got to have the team around him for him to be great. And those top 5 guys, it's different. You kind of don't. The Kansas City Chiefs still made a Super Bowl with no tackles. Now, it still had a great team, right? I'm not saying they didn't have a team around them, but they made a Super Bowl with no tackles. They got destroyed in that Super Bowl. But those top, I mean, honestly, right? Like when you're talking about Pat Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Now, Brady a little different as well, right? Brady's kind of gotten to that point, but Brady made the receivers as well. Wes Welker was the same situation. Brady's offensive line was
Danny Amendola.
Julian
Edelman to that point.
Those guys are regular dudes on other teams. They're not killing the game. They're not dominant wideouts. They're not destroying. Tom Brady put them in a position to be great. Russell Wilson. I've seen Russell Wilson make the playoffs without an offensive line in the last 4 years. Well, they didn't make it last season, but yeah, I mean, like, I've watched Russell Wilson continuously make the playoffs without an offensive line and make it out of the first round. Derek Carr's had multiple top wide receivers or multiple 1,000+ yard wide receivers, 1,000+ yard rushers, 1,000+ yard tight ends, and he ain't been out the first round yet. He's only been to the playoffs twice. They lost the 1 year because he ended up getting hurt. So it's just like when I'm looking at top 10 and when I'm looking at top 5 and I'm looking at the elite of the elites and the great of the greats, I'm looking at a situation where can that guy be the team? Can that guy lead the team? More so your top 10. And how good of a team do I have to put around that guy for him to be good? And
no, that's a fact. That's a fact.
It's just different to me, bro. It's a whole different thing to me. And I kind of want to have Kid here to debate it, right? Because like without him here to debate it, you kind of I don't want to say his defense of it poorly. So we'll probably hash it out on tomorrow's show, which we'll end up pre-recording that tonight. So stay tuned in that. We do this every day from 11 to 1. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with us. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. But we also got to get into that national side, and that's where we do here from 11 to 1 every single day. Appreciate y'all for showing so much love to the show, man. You said you had something interesting that you wanted to bring to the show that was non-sports related, and you said it would be a good debate for the show. So I want to hear this.
All right, so for all my because I noticed you said over the weekend you was watching DBZ.
Oh yeah, definitely was watching Dragon Ball Z this weekend with my daughter.
And right now I went back. I'm on the Boo Saga, but we know we not on DBZ right now. That's so. I seen this question on TikTok, and I really had to think about it. Somebody said, if you could bring one jutsu into the real world, what would it be?
If I could bring one jutsu into the real world, what would it be?
Now see, Muggs was saying shadow clones. I'm not gonna lie, I'm with that, but then at the same time, because Muggs' reasoning was like, I'm bringing shadow clones into the real world just in case I get jumped. But it's like some of y'all can't fight. So if it's transferring over, the shadow clone's still getting whooped. And when I'm done with that, the sexy jutsu, all right, guy.
Yeah, that guy's freaky. Relax.
All right. Yeah. But I
What
I don't
jutsu?
know.
What jutsu would I bring into the real world if I was? Yeah, I think shadow clone as well, right? Because there's so much stuff I need to do that I don't.
And that's that. And that was my other reason. Cause see, I can be here. I can be here at your crib pre-recording the show. And then the whole time I could be going to do something else. Like Mug just pointing out, like Mug could be getting the workout in. And still be at the crib.
Yeah, I'm probably going shadow clone, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably going shadow clone because to me, right, like when you look at it, it's a
the healing jutsu.
I can use that to accomplish so much more in a day, and I think that's the only thing I needed for, right? Like, listen, I told y'all, if I get first, it's not superpowers. Jutsu is not superpowers, but like, if I had superpowers, I'm not using them for good. I'm not saving the world. I'm not Superman. I'm not your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, bro.
This man just gonna be using the shadow clones for straight
gain,
dirt,
bro. 100%
straight dirt.
Personal gain.
I
always said if I had a superpower, my power would be like electrical power to control electricity, or super speed. Must be like, why? So I can get places faster, and I can get the heck out of there faster. I can do what I want. I can save money on travel.
Nah, but that's the only reason. That's the only reason why I would use the shadow clone. Somebody said the Sharingan. I'm not gonna lie, that's cool. That's cool. But
I like how Cameron comments in Naruto talk. Hey, bro, you get a little bit of everything on here.
Hey, dog.
Bro, I'm gonna be real with you though. Like, I'm not. There's no superpower that I'm using like to become a superhero, or there's no jutsu I'm using to become a superhero, or like I'm just not. It's not me. Like, listen,
I'm definitely using it for personal gain. I'm
on my Shadow the Hedgehog, right? I'm on my Shadow the Hedgehog, or Vegeta, if you will, right? Or like, I'm not good. I'm not evil. I'm just Vegeta was kind of evil. I guess
Vegeta was big evil. Big evil.
But bro,
hey, Bobbity took him over for a little minute.
He let it happen. But bro, I'm just saying, bro. Like, I'm not doing nothing to help nobody unless like I see something happening. Like if I see somebody getting jumped, it's like, oh, we running up with like 14 dudes right now. Get up off up. But like outside of that, hey man, I need you to clean the house while I'm sitting here editing the show, and then I need you to cut the grass, and then I need you to. I'm not. Yeah, that's it.
But see, technically, do you really need to edit the show because they got your knowledge already? So they can technically do that for you.
Sure. Let's go with that as well. Bro, I'm not using that's all I'm saying. Right. I don't need like Chidori, and I see some people saying Sharingan and
see y'all using it to hurt people.
Bro, I'm not I don't need that.
Y'all using it to personally hurt. I'm definitely like because I'm
see,
really
Chidori don't help me. What I'm gonna do? Light the fire pit?
I'm finna be here. I'm finna still come pre-record the show with you. I don't even bro. Like it would be so much to do. It would be so much. The Renegade. I ain't gonna lie. I would definitely like. Cause it was either that or I'm definitely doing the trigram 64 on them.
For what? Who I'm fighting?
If I needed to. If I needed
fight
to.
nobody. If I need to fight somebody, guess what? It ain't a fair fight. It's gonna be
using
me.
That to take over the world.
Hey, if I'm fighting somebody, it ain't a fair fight. It's gonna be me and 40 of me's.
First of all, Jacquees, Your reasoning for that makes no sense. Just get the shadow clones.
I'm gonna be
just saying,
honest with you.
gonna
I
persuade
fully
people
did
to do
not
it.
expect you
Bro,
to bring up.
just get the shadow clones.
Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I fully did not expect you to bring up anime talk out of
Nah,
nowhere on that mug.
I told you.
It,
and,
I,
and first, like, and I don't even need a lot of them for real. Just give me like 10.
I tell you what, that tells you where we are sports wise though. Like, there's nothing to talk about. So we just having a good time. We told y'all we was gonna get y'all this 2-hour content. Y'all go get this 2-hour content one way or the other. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, I think it's a tough. Whenever the superpower conversation comes up, bro, it's always a tough conversation for me because it's like I feel like half of the people in here are lying. Right, like I feel like half the people that like bring it up are just like, "Oh, I'm gonna do good." I respect the people like McSees. I'm taking over the world. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, I mean, I'm just such a nonchalant person that like it wouldn't bother me at all if I was just like, "Oh yeah, I got shadow clones." You're not gonna help people? Nah,
No,
nah.
not. I gotta full on see you getting jumped. I gotta
you gotta make, I might see it and turn my head. You know why? Because I was raised that's none of my business. Like, you gotta look me in my eye and like, you gotta look me in my eye and emotionally ask me for help. Like, please, they're gonna kill me. I need help. Like, please, I'm not gonna make it. And then I'll be up on, and then I'll be all right. I'll send you a couple clones.
I just don't be a just don't be a Hanata, cause I remember I was.
What you mean? I
ain't even gonna lie. Cause see, because I was telling Brand this a while back when we was in the game chat. I said I ain't even gonna, cause we was talking about who was like the most L character for you when you was like watching these shows growing up. And I ain't even gonna lie, for a minute I was hot at Hanata, cause I was just sitting there like, this man Naruto done fought pain.
Hey.
And you waited.
Hey, you can't be dropping spoilers out there, bro. It might be people watching that, man.
Hey, man.
It might be people watching that, bro.
Don't even know what we are talking about.
Nah. You can't be dropping spoilers on here, bro. I just saved y'all lives out here, bro. This man just running his mouth like everybody didn't seen it.
Did y'all?
You can't be dropping spoilers in here, brother. Come on now.
All right. My bad.
What are you doing?
But yeah, like, nah.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know that. Yeah, she. Yeah, I was hot at her for a minute.
Hey, I found this out yesterday though. This was mind blowing to me, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. None of the Dragon Balls outside of Dragon Ball Super came out in the 2000s.
Well, you said what's that again?
None of the Dragon Balls outside of Dragon Ball Super came out in the 2000s. Dragon Ball Z ran from 1989 to 1996. Dragon Ball GT ran from 1996 to 1997.
That was 96? Dang.
We didn't get a Dragon,
bro. Like, I did not know that,
bro. It blew my mind when I found that out. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro, because I was sitting there and I was like, bro, like that. My whole childhood is a lie, right? Because like Midnight Run, Toonami, all them joints, right? Like, you sitting there watching them and you thinking them episodes are dropping week by week. Like, this is dope. This is crazy.
Bro, I remember we used to record GT.
Bro, and GT, I think GT, I think they re-released it with new voices because I remember when they were promoting that on Toonami. That's what me and my Joe was talking about yesterday. It was like, I remember them promoting that, and I remember them pushing that, and I remember them like, okay, this is gonna be the next big Dragon Ball Z show. And I remember watching it and being like, I'm okay. But I was very okay. But yeah, bro, like it was They all dropped in the 90s outside of Super. Dragon Ball Super is the only one that dropped in the 2000s. So there's like what did that drop? Super dropped in 15.
Super drop
There's
15.
a 19-year gap between Dragon Balls.
That's why, bro. But you was telling me that when we was talking about Gohan, like,
oh yeah, Gohan was mad weak. Gohan got hold by the writers. He's definitely the character that got hold by the writers the most.
bro,
I've never seen a character get hold by the
I
writers.
just don't understand, like, why you would go.
And somebody was like, "Oh, they
do
supposed to
that?
be bringing him back. He's supposed. Oh, that was you that said that, wasn't it? Oh, he's supposed to be getting back in there." And I was like, "Boy, it don't matter at this point. It don't matter."
Nah, because I can't unsee. Like, I can't unsee that. Like, wait, what? I seen the most ill character in Naruto is 1010. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Y'all can tell we ain't got nothing to do. We ain't got nothing to break down. I was trying to find some like breaking news on some like Bears stuff and stuff like that. But at this point, we pushing it, and I told y'all we're not gonna do that. So I mean, we really ain't got nothing else to chop it up with. Ain't no news that didn't broke. Ain't nothing that didn't happen.
I just brought this up because it was gonna be funny.
It was gonna be funny. I'm not gonna lie. Good content. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. So I think we're gonna call it a show on that one. Appreciate y'all for showing love. And rocking with us. Nicholas said he used to come on Fox. I was watching it on Fox in the 90s. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
On Fox. Oh yeah. See, now you're a real OG for that.
Yeah, that's throwback, bro. Because I remember what Digimon used to come on there, DBZ used to come on it, bro. Everything used to come on there, bro.
Well, legitimately, Teal Mug switched over to them when the WB came. Everything just Saturdays usually be the one. Sonic,
bro. What you know about Sonic X?
Teenage Mutant. Come on now. All that was dropping on Saturdays. And if you missed Static Shock during the weekday, you was just lame. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, I will say this. We got a little bit. Shout out to the chat, man. Chat keeping us hit till 1. Shout out to y'all, man. Giving us some stuff to talk about here. Are the Suns and Pacers really closing in on a deal with Ayton?
I mean, it would be cool, but talk about it like that would be a straight culture. Well, Aiden will get what he asked for in that case.
He gonna be the man.
You gonna technically be the man. I still don't see how this gets you closer to a KD trade because I would assume that you're doing Aiden for Myles Turner. And
I think KD trade's dead.
Hey man, everybody else said it's not, and judging by like the non-moves so far, still,
yeah,
because it's just like everybody just re-signing their own players now. So,
but the thing is, right? Like,
what if it's honestly,
the Suns are hard capped. Brooklyn's not really willing to play ball with any of these guys either, right? Like, I think they said the report was they called the Lakers and said send us LeBron, Kyrie, and first round picks. Or LeBron, AD, and first round picks for KD. And it's like, all right, now you're not being realistic.
see, but this the thing though. Watch we get a James Harden deal where it's like they trade that man 2 days before the season.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think you'll see KD in Philly. I don't think KD's leaving, bro. I don't think KD's leaving. I think Ayton in Indiana will be interesting, right? Because you're talking about
I think they'll be stupid to bring both of them back.
Ayton in Indiana would be interesting, right? Because you're talking about a I mean, Myles Turner's in that trade. Who else are you sending back, right? Like, you're sending back a lot.
So Myles Turner, Buddy Hield,
and picks.
Yeah, who else they're not good.
You know what I mean? Like that Indiana team isn't good to me.
Uh,
All they got is the young fella from the Kings. What's buddy name that's over there
because
now?
Tyrese Halliburton. I
Tyrese
forgot about
Halliburton, and
that.
you'll
That's
have
like their
Deandre
best
Ayton.
player. Um, so there is no way. I'll be shocked if they give him up. Um, yeah, I don't know what you getting for that. I mean, I would just probably say what Turner and Buddy Hield uh for Aiden. That's the deal.
And
I,
that's, I mean, I guess, right? Like it's not worth it, but it's like I don't really. To me, that doesn't make Indiana more of a scary team. Like, oh, we got a big man in the Eastern Conference. Yeah, who cares? Like, Aiden is nice, right? But is Aiden going to be the number one on a team? I don't think so. With him and Halliburton, is that team going to take the? I don't think so, right? Like, you still got to. The thing is, right? Like, we sometimes we get so caught up in like the big names that are on teams, the big names that are able to make a play, the big names that are able to come in and do certain things, and it's like, yeah, but you still got to have those small names, right? Like I'm not just confident in the Bulls because of DeMar and Zach and Vooch. I'm confident in the Bulls being better because Io DeSumo's coming off of my bench. Alex Caruso's coming off of my bench. If Lonzo Ball is healthy, Lonzo Ball's on the starting lineup, right? Like you have to those big pieces there or those role playing pieces have to be there. And I mean, like you almost could make me feel better about it if right a TJ Warren was coming back there or if they had some, but I mean,
I think TJ Warren already signed somewhere.
he did in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Or if you had a
So
Brogdon or something like that. Like, I mean, you're talking about right, like what is it? Daniel Tice, Ayton, Malk or why can't I think of buddy name? I get Tyrese or not Tyrese Halliburton.
you talking about
Um,
on the Pacers?
no, it is Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, no, Tyrese Halliburton.
For some reason I'm getting him and Maxi mixed up. I mean, what is that? What is that? I mean, it's nice. It gives you a nice name on your team. But I don't feel like that team's doing nothing crazy. And even then, right, in that situation, is that the best deal you can make for Ayton right now? Maybe that is. Is that the bigger story there that the DeAndre Ayton market really is kind of the Pacers?
Yeah,
Like that package ain't
I
crazy.
mean, well, I told you when you go out and the last game of the game you get smoked in, Monty Williams just talking about it's not a play issue, it's a character issue. Like I think more like and then more excited performance that you put up. I think more times than not that kind of hurt his market in terms of trying to go get the bag.
Yeah.
Um than anything else because you gotta think Monty's name holds weight. Like Monty's name holds weight. That's just like if Ty Lue or Doc Rivers came out and said or Eric Spoelstra came out and said, yeah, like he not like that. He don't really wanna like he's not playing up to our standard right now. Like he's not playing Heat basketball or he not playing Clipper basketball like that hurt your draft stock. So the fact that it's the Pacers, not Dallas or Detroit. Man, I think that's hurt. I think that hurt him.
I just
Um,
it's I think that's the bigger story, right? Like that people and right people kid kind of had talked about on the show how it was a foregone conclusion that DeAndre Ayton was worth 32 million. But it seems like the NBA is saying no, he ain't.
hey, and dog, I was wrong. Like I said, a fool was born once a day. Mom just like, nah, we're
There's
not
not a
gonna
lot of
pay you.
people that are
Like,
buying in on DeAndre Ayton being a $32 million player. Like we're getting to the point now where you might see, like, if a deal gets done with the Pacers, he'll probably get 32 million. But like we're getting to the point now where you might see DeAndre Ayton like have to talk about taking less money.
nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
for a deal to open up, because we're not hearing about any of these teams, right? And like we thought that Dallas was going to be a team. I thought Dallas was going to be the best option for him to go to, and Dallas ends up basically being a we're going to go get Christian Wood. They missed out on the what's his name money, freaking Jalen Brunson money, right? They missed out on Jalen Brunson, but I'm looking at the teams that we all said are going to be right there in the DeAndre Ayton sweepstakes, and none of them want Ayton. The Nets didn't want Ayton.
But you know what though?
The Brooklyn Nets sent us Devin Booker, Malcolm Brogdon, who was the other player they wanted in that deal? And then they said and draft capital for Kevin Durant.
Oh yeah.
We don't want DeAndre Ayton.
I think the biggest thing with it too is I'm not giving 32 M's to somebody that's giving me Vooch numbers and got a bad attitude. Like
he's giving you better than Vooch numbers.
You 17 and 11 this year?
What he averaged last season? No, he was above 20 last season, wasn't he?
Nah, dog. No, he was not.
I hit DeAndre Jordan. He definitely wasn't above
20.
DeAndre Ayton last season, 17 and 10.
Hey, bro.
63%.
Hey, dog. Hey, I ain't finna get 32 M's to somebody that's giving me Vooch numbers. Come on now.
Nikola Vucevic was 17 and 11.
You give me Vooch numbers. You giving me Vooch numbers, and then you wanna bet you got an attitude because you getting cooked by
yeah.
What's Buddy in that Dwight Powell? Come on now.
No, and I think that's the thing, right? Like, it's the playoff performance as well as the rumors that he has the bad attitude. Like you said, there's a lot that goes into how a player is viewed based on people that are respected around the league. Monty Williams is well respected, right? Like nobody's gonna look at Monty Williams and say like, oh, I wouldn't take anything that he's able to do and throw it at, or say that he's lying or that it's garbage. Right? He's well respected around the league, and so I think that having that stigma attached to you on top of the fact that you also have that you also had a subpar performance in the playoffs, it makes it tough to go out there and get that level of money right now. I thought that there would be teams that would be desperate to kind of jumpstart something up.
Hey, you know when the Kings don't touch them.
Kings didn't nothing really. I mean, the Kings really don't have anybody over there that's going to make the money work unless they send De'Aaron Fox. And at that point, would you trade for DeAndre Ayton for, right? But like, I'm looking at Utah really doesn't want him. I thought that would be a situation where you could see a trade there, Rudy Gobert for what's his name straight up. But I don't know how that deal would. You would have to send something back as well if you were Phoenix. The Pacers want him. The Bulls were in talks, but then we're like, nah, we cool. We'll go find this rebounding big man and stick with what we got. The Brooklyn Nets literally said no. Yeah, I mean, like, he'll get his money if Indiana trades for him. But there's coming a point now where, like, if a trade with Indiana doesn't work out, he might not get $32 million a year.
You know what though?
He might not get his max.
I don't think that he was I don't think he's getting it. I think you see the way that team view him around the league. I think that you couple that with the performance and everything like that. Like if when this thing kicked off with the Nets and KD said he wanted to trade, and you tell me, oh yeah, like we'll give you DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, and we don't want Ayton. We cool on that. Like that, I think I think that kind of jump started it because they was kind of trying to like force feed that, and then they just got to the point where like Brooklyn was just like, dog, we told you, like
Yeah.
we not taking them. Like you gotta find somebody else to go do that. Like like that. I think that's wild to me. I legit think that Indiana might be the move, but he gonna have to come in on like a Jimmy Butler type thing where it's like, look, I'm not gonna take this extension. I'm gonna play for what I'm gonna play for. Then next season, um, I'll come back. The salary cap is going up. So you feel me? If he come in and prove that, okay, like I'm 20 and 13 or 22 and like 12 or something like that, then maybe we could revisit this conversation. But
Well,
nah, not right now.
I expect his scoring to go up, right? Because I think that when just not playing on a team where Devin Booker's the focal point, your scoring's going to go up. Your point total is going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Where on a team where you're the focal point, where you're the one that's making all the moves, where you're the one that's getting the job done. They are talking about that they're close on a sign and trade deal, so he'll probably end up getting his money as well, which I'm fine with, right? But I'm just that Pacers team doesn't scare me.
So how does the Myles Turner thing work out for the Suns though?
A big man that can move around and is paired with Chris Paul. I think that's a good deal. Myles Turner can shoot the ball from the corner three a little bit. He's an excellent rebounder. Defensively, he's able to block shots for you. Yeah, I mean, like I'm not mad at him.
I mean, I don't see this is the thing. I don't think this is the role that he was expecting because he was on some like I want to be the guy as well. But
But you know what?
you
You
also
you
going into a championship organization.
you don't always get what you want, especially when you're not that guy. Myles Turner is not that guy. Myles Turner's a dude. Myles Turner's a nice player on the team. Yeah, I mean, like Myles Turner's not no crazy. Oh my God, we gotta have this guy to make our team better. Like he's just not right. Like there were people last season that were like, you got to give all this up for Myles Turner, and Myles Turner got the opportunity to play more. And
The minute that they moved Sabonis, the thing that he was asking for, he got hurt doing.
he got hurt. Yeah. Well, I don't put injury on him, but like I like Myles Turner. I like Myles Turner with Phoenix. But it all depends on how Chris Paul uses them. It all depends on how they play off of them, right? Like Myles Turner's a great third to have, but he's got to be your third. I think Myles Turner with this team, if he ever would have gotten used to the role that he was playing with Sabonis, could have been a great third to have for them if TJ Warren is healthy and stuff like that. But I think Myles Turner wants more than he's really capable of giving. Myles Turner's not going to be a 25 and 15 player. Yeah, I'm saying you want to be the number one on a team, you got to be giving me 23 to 25 points a game. And as a big man, you got to be giving me 11 to 12 rebounds.
See, I don't know. I don't know if he can do that. I
Me
don't
either.
know if he can do that.
But I think he's a great number two, number three, and more number three. But even at his best, Myles Turner is what? 13 points a game?
13, 11, and 13, 10, and what? Because
He's never even averaged.
I think he had like what 3 blocks last season
I
or
don't
something like that,
now
right?
defensively is different, right? But I don't think Myles Turner's ever averaged over 10 points 10 rebounds a game. I don't think Myles Turner's ever averaged over 10
I'm
rebounds a
gonna look
game. So,
that
like,
up.
I like him. I like the potential of what he could be, but it's not this golden piece.
Yeah, I don't think. See, the problem with him was I don't think that he's going to average the because he want to be the man. I don't think he's going to average that 21 and 12 that he's talking about though.
I,
Yeah, no, I don't think he's going to average that.
it's just I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's a bad deal to me. It's I think the Pacers come out ahead, and I think Phoenix has to make it Phoenix has to make a trade because there's no one else talking about it to you. And it's all about what else they get back around Myles Turner. Myles Turner is at the focal point for me. So,
Bro,
yeah, I
this
mean,
man
like,
has
well,
averaged 12
he
and
would be the
7.
focal point of the trade, but like he's not the one that like if we get this right, like you want to see how Buddy Hield fits in with that team. You want to see how I don't know what else they end up moving back with him, right? But like you want to see how those pieces kind of fit in. Myles Turner's gonna come and he's gonna be a big man.
Hey, you was right. He never averaged over 10. This man averaged 12 and 7 for his career. He averages that for his career.
He's a dude. He's a dude. He's above average dude, but he's a dude. He's a big
Like,
man that can
nah, I
block
don't
shots.
see. Yeah, I mean, but like he'll be great defensively. I mean, the pick and roll will be nice. Um, I don't think he got that. He really don't even got a back to the basket game to me. So like,
I'm trying to see how many blocks did he average last year? He averaged 2.8 blocks a game.
yeah,
Yeah,
three blocks a game. Three.
nice.
So 12, 7, and 3. That's well, I can't even say that's low budget Rudy because low budget Rudy is a double double.
Yeah, no. It's kind of low budget, Rudy. I'm not mad at a low budget Rudy comparison. It's a move that swaps pieces and it definitely puts Indiana in a better position, but it depends on what Indiana has to give up to get into that position. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that it's a move that shifts the Eastern Conference massively one way or the other, right? Like that's what it comes down to, right? Like especially for us here on the Breeze, what does it do for the Bulls? How does it shift the Eastern Conference? How does it change
No.
things for the team? Yeah, I'm saying so like I don't think that it massively shifts the Eastern Conference. I don't think that all of a sudden we're talking about Indiana as a top 5 team in the Eastern Conference, right? Maybe they get in the play in. Might be a play in team. Maybe. On the Indiana side, it gives you uh uh finals experience, right? It gives you a guy that's been deep in the playoffs. It gives you that guy that's going to be able to come in and talk guys up. But like, I don't see it as maybe they win 39 games, which is a jump in the right direction.
39.
Maybe depends. See,
I mean,
I can't say like wins losses because I don't know what all they're sending back. Right? If you're sending back Buddy Hield, if you're sending back Daniel Tice, if you're sending back,
Tice on the Pacers?
yeah, how you think they got Brogdon?
Oh.
Brogdon is on Boston now. Brogdon or
Oh yeah.
Boston is winning the offseason as well. Like they didn't make a ton of moves, but the moves they did make, it's like, dang,
Nah,
y'all was just in the finals.
I gotta say it's Detroit. Because if they do wind up getting Miles Bridges, with what he got going on and he play, I mean, now it could be a KCP situation where he just allowed the hoop and then go home because he can only play home games.
I don't know what that situation is going to be. I'm that goes back to the conversation we had the other day, right? Talent trumps all.
Yeah, bro. Like when I seen that, I was just like, well, you got evidence. I mean, she basically, man, that's come on now.
It's interesting, man. It's interesting. I don't see how does it I guess the real question is, right, how does it shift the Western Conference? You're talking about a team that was the best team in the NBA this season in the Phoenix Suns record wise, and then they end up getting cooked, right? They're losing DeAndre Ayton. How does that shift the Western Conference?
Well, to me, I mean, I think that if you just because really you add him right, so like just, let's say like, cause you still got Mikal Bridges, for another year. You swap out Ayton for a better defensive big. If anything else, the lane isn't clogged up, so I think Turner will get more boards. But I think that they're essentially adding to the point to that nucleus, right? Where if you keep going and Mel and Mikal Bridges takes another step, they can still be number one. But I think with them, it just all comes down to health right now because Chris Paul is getting older. Um, so I mean, Devin Booker. I'm not gonna say he's all right there, but now essentially you're giving him more of the keys, and I think that if Mikal Bridges takes another step, I mean, you have on the full on makings of now you got a Mikal Bridges, Buddy Hield, Cam Johnson, off of the bench with with another campaign with another year under Chris Paul. They could be doing some of the same things, but it just really comes down to health because they're not really losing that
Yeah.
much. I mean, it was just pick and roll
I mean,
with him and Aiden anyway.
17 and 11, you losing something, bro. Like 17 and 11 to 12 and 8 is losing something.
Yeah, but at the same
That's
time,
a
it's
lot.
like I'm not finna.
That's a lot. That's a drop. Like you're losing I mean, in my mind, a $20+ million a year player, not 32, but around 20, about what Vooch making, plus $1 million for a role playing big that blocks shots. And the question you got to ask is like, does his 3 blocks equate to the 5 points that,
I think it
or
does
or
because
8 points that
because
DeAndre
Miles
Ayton can
Turner's
give
numbers
you?
are being inflated.
And the thing on top of that is, right, like DeAndre Ayton ain't no slouch as well. DeAndre Ayton averages what? He's over a block a game, ain't he? How many blocks DeAndre Ayton out here averaging, man? Let me check on Ayton's blocks per game. DeAndre Ayton. Let's look up his stats here. DeAndre Ayton right now, last season, 17 and 10 blocks per game. 0.7 last season. 2 seasons prior, blocking a half a game. I don't know why the drop off happened, but 0.7 last season,
I don't
2
know.
seasons prior, blocking a half a game.
I don't know. I mean, I just not like Miles Turner numbers are gonna be inflated playing with Chris Paul anyway. So it just depends on like is Miles Turner gonna buy in because we talked about him having this bigger role. But now if you go into a team that has championship aspirations and you buy in.
But he ain't gotta have a bigger role than he had on the Pacers.
I mean, I understand that. All I'm asking him to do now is just protect the basket, which I know you can do, and just run the floor because we know because right now he averaging 12. Playing with Chris Paul, that's gonna get you a free 8 because he gonna look for you.
A free 8. I don't know about that. You
He,
think he's gonna get 8 points a game? 8 more points a game?
just off of running the floor, he'll get you an easy for it. Okay, even if not, okay, maybe that's a stretch, but probably
That's a
4
Mika
to 6.
Biobi stretch.
So you talking about? Well, yeah, you basically they're not really losing nothing because you basically getting Ayton, but with the blocks now. Because even if I get 4 to 6, that's gonna be what 16 and 12 with 3 blocks.
Where are these rebounds coming from? Like all of a sudden he getting 7, 8 more rebounds a game. Yeah, I mean, like that's what I'm saying.
He did have, but it's something to be said. I mean, they did have Sabonis, and he got hurt.
Yeah, but they even when he didn't have
And
Sabonis,
maybe I'm just tripping.
even when he didn't have Sabonis, he's never averaged more than 10 rebounds a game. That's what I'm saying, right? Like Turner is nice, but Turner's a dude. He's not elite at nothing. He's not dominant at nothing. He's a dude. He blocks shots.
3 blocks is nice.
3 blocks is nice. But for me, right, it's like, are you getting 3 blocks just standing there, or are you following everybody around? Like, what's his defensive rating?
I don't know. I just
And I'm
think
not
it's
saying
going.
that, I'm not saying Myles Turner is a bad defender. I'm not saying that but like, I don't think that Myles Turner defense equals production that Deandre Ayton can give you. Deandre Ayton's not an awful defender.
Myles
Dang,
Turner's
his
last.
defensive rating is 111. Yeah.
Vultures is better at 109.
You want to be as close to 100 as possible.
Man, I think the points will be there. I think I'm trying to like. I don't know.
You're trying to make a case where why it would actually work, or why why Myles Turner is a fair trade, and there isn't one really.
I mean, I think like points wise it'll work. I don't know how it'll, because the whole time he was just talking about, the only reason why I bring up the rebounds is because the whole time he was talking about something. Well, you got to get rid of Sabonis so you can free up space for me, which you won't have anybody else down there to rebound with you when you're in Phoenix. So maybe his rebounds do come up. I don't know.
To me, it's a big if, and I don't think that it's I think that the Pacers or the Suns are in a position where they're making the only move that they can. And we're seeing a lot of that around the NBA. Right? Like, the only team that was willing to really play ball this summer trade-wise and really give up a haul for a lot of these guys was Minnesota.
Minnesota.
We've seen
Hayes,
from multiple.
I know that because it's a lot of other stuff that goes into it. But I was just I legitimately just go off. I'm basically going off what he said. Like this is, hey, you had some bonus in the way. This, and this, and this is why I'm not getting. So and we know that when I think it was like middle of last season, during the trade deadline, he was like, man, I want to get off Indiana, so I got a bigger role. So I don't know.
I think the thing is, right, like when I'm looking at what the market is, how these guys are being traded, who guys are being moved for, different things like that, right? Like, we're seeing multiple reports where, like, it's either take the deal we're giving you or keep it. We don't want it. We don't need it. Right? Like, the Rudy deal is the only deal that's been a major deal, right? And that kind of sets the precedence on what Kevin Durant should be traded for, on what Kyrie kind of is traded, right? Like, it sets a market. It sets where something's going to go for. And there's a lot of teams that are looking at what even Brooklyn's asking for and stuff like that and saying, I'm not giving that. I'm not paying that.
Because and you want to know something else too, though, because I think with the even if he doesn't get traded, I feel like it's one because he has 4 years left on his deal, but you're asking them to give up picks that right now that they don't have. Like,
and I think the thing is, right, with all of it, right? Like, it's set a precedence of, we're not willing to, in our minds, destroy our team to make you work.
yep, that's a fact.
Everybody thought that it was going to be, they're going to be teams clamoring for Deandre Ayton. The Bulls are going to be sending packages for Deandre Ayton. The Pacers, Detroit, and all those teams, nothing. Because they felt they found better value in other places. Would I have minded DeAndre Ayton on the Bulls team? Not at $32 million. I'd have been a little, hey, that's a lot for DeAndre Ayton at $32 million. But you know what? If Boots can give me the same numbers and I can get defensive production and rebounding out of Andre Drummond, that's not bad. $3 million bucks. Detroit literally was like, give us the young guys.
Now, I think that Hayes in that case, because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like if it wasn't the rule, if it wasn't that stupid, but I'm not gonna call the rule dumb. But if the rule wasn't in place where like you can't trade rookies on, their like their rookie deals or their rookie extensions, I feel like somehow, some way, Pat Riley would have sold his soul to get Durant on the Heat just because he tried to run up on him before. But but technically I wouldn't do it, right? Because in that case, you look at the Heat situation and it's just like you talking about Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, Max Strus, the 2 picks we got now, and plus 3 picks that we just got out of the air. Like that's like 5 years down the road. Like so yeah, I don't know. I don't know, cuz
It's just one of those things, right, where it's like when you look at what you'd actually have to give up for Kevin Durant or even a DeAndre Ayton in this situation, right? Like I'm willing to. I mean, if I'm the Bulls, I would have done I'd have done the deal I said in a heartbeat.
hey.
But our deal, right? It's not the best on the table. But now it's kind of getting to the point where it's like, hey, look, that's a possibility where if that deal was on the table, it might be the only deal that's on the table. Because Brooklyn's feeling like they're missing out on compensation based on what Rudy went for. Brooklyn's feeling like they're missing out on getting certain players, getting certain guys, getting certain close to even level of compensation because of what Rudy Gobert went for. Rudy Gobert went for 4. No, what did he go for? 7, technically 7 first-round picks
technically
and
7
2
picks.
players. Technically 7 first-round picks because Walker Kessler was drafted. He just wasn't signed yet, so he counts as a first-round pick. 6 other picks and 2 players.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. So
what's Kevin Durant?
It gotta be at least because you need, bro. It's gonna be at least 4 to 5 teams.
But you know what? It's like Richard Jefferson said, France. And you know what? Nobody has France. Nobody in the NBA right now has France to offer. Richard Jeff. They said, what's it going to take to get Kevin Durant on a team? France,
bro. But it's like you said, right? It's either take what we gonna give you, which I mean, like there's no trade that's going to get the same value back for KD. There's no trade that's gonna do that.
No,
so it's
not.
Essentially either take what we giving you now, or he's just gonna have to sit there.
Does that put Brooklyn in a bad situation where I mean, listen, from the reports, the Kyrie talks are dead. Those are frozen. The KD talks are, for the most part, dead. Like there's still talk, right? Because you're trying to get KD, but it's probably not going to happen. Like, what kind of situation and team are they running it back with if you've got Kyrie, KD, who don't want to be there but have no choice but to be there? Ben Simmons, who's got a backiotomy, is spinal. TJ Warren, Nick Claxton.
No, Nick is still there?
Nick signed back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's right.
You got your young guys. Yeah, I'm saying. I will say this. Did you see what's the Bruce Brown? Was it Bruce Brown's in Summer League? I think that's who's in Summer League. Bruce Brown is in Summer League. When they were talking about what Steve Nash was looking for out of him and how he kind of just laughed and rolled his eyes at it. might be mean a little something about what's gonna happen with Steve Nash, but that's neither here nor there. But I just look at it, right, and I look at it as a situation as if you're gonna run that back and they don't want to be there, I think KD will play. I don't think there's an issue.
No, KD gonna play because KD love ball.
KD loves basketball. Like that's what he do. He's gonna go out there. He's gonna ball out. He's gonna be a Brooklyn Net. Kyrie's going to be interesting. Ben Simmons is going to be interesting. And you're in Brooklyn where they'll definitely boo you if you're just running out on the court and not really showing love to the team. So, like, is that going to be like, oh, now there's the mental anguish. Now it didn't work. Now we don't like y'all, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just see complete insanity about to break loose in Brooklyn next season because there's not going to be a deal that's going to get done.
Yeah, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of I don't see how you bring those dudes back because it's not like it's not like it's friction. It's not like it's friction with the coach. I mean, you looking at it where you got friction with the front office, so it's legitimately like Kyrie's on some like I don't want to be back here. By the time these months get to training camp, it's gonna be a mess, which is why I feel like they gotta take. I'm not saying take whatever deal, but whichever one was the best one on the table before you hit them with the we need 2 All-Stars, we need this, we need this, we need this. You're going to have to take that because as the season goes on, it's going to progressively get worse.
Well,
Like
it's
we
also,
talking about, I think you posted the pic. I know you retweeted the pic the other day. Well, that was for the Lakers.
yeah.
But two of those players we know might not even play the full season, and Kyrie signed the contract where it's like you got to play 65 games in the season. So it's just like,
Yeah.
nah, I can't.
It's gonna be an interesting offseason, bro. I'll tell you that. And it's gonna be an interesting next season. Um, the weird part is, right, like I didn't think by the end of this, I would feel like, yeah, the Bulls can still be a top 3 team. Like I felt like by the end of offseason, right? Like you were talking about, there were going to be these big moves of big names being going one way or the other. KD to Miami, Kyrie's going out. There was talks about him possibly spending a year in Detroit. And then it was the Lakers. Then it was all these different deals. Russell Westbrook was coming back east, and I come out of this offseason just like, nah, I still feel pretty good about the Bulls. Like I still feel like my Bulls team, if healthy, is going to be a top 3-4 team in the Eastern Conference because like everybody's like, oh, these guys got better. No, who? Atlanta I gotta see that work, but that's a small backcourt. But they all of a sudden, right, the John Collins stuff, the Clint Capella stuff, that's all dead now. So that actually might be a nice team. That might be a nice team in the Eastern Conference. Pacers get DeAndre Ayton. You might make the play. Knicks got Jalen Brunson. You're gonna win 39 games. Again.
Man, they winning 30. Stop playing.
I give them 39. They won 39 games last year. I'm trying to think of who is even like who got better that I'm worried about. Miami got worse, if we being honest.
The East stayed the same to the point where it's just like it's to the point where even if we don't trade for KD, Miami's still gonna be Miami.
Yeah, but y'all got worse, if we being real.
Because we lost PJ.
You lost PJ. You didn't add anything really. You lost Victor Oladipo.
We brought him back.
Did he come back? I thought Oli signed somewhere else on a 1-year deal.
We brought Oli back.
Okay, Oli's there. All right,
Oli back. We basically brought everybody back that we needed to, except for PJ.
Kyle Lowry's still there?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
No reason.
No reason. Just
I thought he was fat. What's going on with that? I thought he was fat.
Hey, Pat Riley said show up to training camp, get that weight down. Yeah,
so y'all got worse.
I said they lost PJ Tucker.
Y'all got worse. Philly got worse.
See, and this is the thing.
Well, I guess
making a big deal about that whole pay cut.
I guess technically Philly got better. Technically. Because they added PJ Tucker. But Philly only got better if they play Milwaukee.
Hey, and they about to get Markieff. They're about to get Markieff Morris.
That's worse. I'm not gonna say that. That's not bad. I don't know. We'll see what Philly did, but okay, Philly got better. Philly was already a top 4 team. That's fine. Like I don't like nobody in the East that like was this dominant force or this juggernaut that we were supposed to be worried about. Boston got better, and they're probably the favorite to go to the finals again.
If Malcolm Brogdon stay healthy.
But Boston was what, the 2nd seed? So I expected them to be up there anyway. My top 3, at least right now, probably say Boston, because they got a year in that system. They got a year in the finals. They work together. I'd probably say I can't put the Cavs up there. I don't have that much faith in the Cavs. I'm really like.
Oh wait, time out though. You don't got that much faith in the Cavs.
I got them.
They're bringing the roster back.
I got faith in them to be right where they were.
But let's be clear. Before they got hurt, let's not act like they wasn't number 2. They was number 2 in the East for a little minute.
Yes, we were number 1 in the East for most of the season.
Right, and they.
If I'm talking top 3, right? I got Boston. I probably still got Milwaukee there. I'll put Philly there because I think Embiid's that level of player. The Bulls are right there, and the Bulls could be in the top 3. Outside of that, Toronto, Brooklyn. I don't even know what that's going to be like. If they can play together, that's a top team. But who knows? The Hawks to me are a 6.
Hawks might be a play-in team.
Charlotte did nothing. Charlotte just keeps sending dudes to jail.
The dude they fired.
Bruh, rehired the dude they fired and Steve Clifford, right? Like, Knicks did nothing to me. They got 37. I'll give them 2 more wins, 39 wins. Wizards did nothing but bring back the same team. Pacers, I'll give them 35 wins. They moved up. That's still 11th. Pistons are young. I don't think that they're going to be bad forever, but they're just mad young. Magic brought back the same squad with Paolo Banchero.
Hey, that was a wild summer league game the other day. I ain't gonna
lie. That was him and Keegan Murray. That was crazy. Means nothing. And that's where we'll end the show on there. You see how we started, how we ended on that one, man? That was perfect. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Live. We'll have it pre-recorded out there for y'all tomorrow. So stay in tune with us on that, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. Also, going to have a couple of videos dropping today, a Bulls one and a Bears one today. Trying to get back on where we're doing a Bulls video and a Bears video once a day. So we're dropping 3 videos a day. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer, joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ringo J. Chicago. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Peace.